Alright, hello people, it's Kim here. And I just decided to quickly go through some Hoopa Hoop games. Or like when I get the battle videos and stuff. So, the first game I'll be going through will be mine. I was battling against Sunday Daylight. And I decided that I'll go through the teams and what went wrong and stuff like that. I really would love to have the battle itself showing on, but I tried pretty much everything with my webcam and I couldn't get the picture to look good enough. So the Pokemon Showdown team builder is what you get. But yeah, for you to know, I do not know everything about my opponent's team. I do not know all their moves. I do not know all their abilities. I do not know all their items and so on and so forth. I will be putting the battle ID thing to the description of this video, so you can watch this yourself. And I'm quite sure, probably maybe at some point, Savage Squad will be publishing the other themselves when the knockout rounds are over. And the thing I'm going to do with these videos is cover them when the opponent doesn't have, or the people do not have any more matches. I do have matches, but I really don't care if people see my team, especially because I'm still planning to moving around movesets and items and stuff. But yeah, hey, let's start. So, my team is Scarfrachi, Mega Beedrill, Anomal, Kyurem, Weezing, and according to the tournament's rules, we all need to have a Hoopa in our team, and well, I have a physical one. So, why go with physical Rachi? Well, the obvious answer is that I only had a physical one. I had an adamant one. I got in a RGDS some time ago. So I decided to put it on team because I need something to check for fairies in case Beedrill goes down. So I opted in Virachi. This is the current set, which while playing I did notice that I forgot the Iron Head from this, so it's lucky I didn't need it. But yeah, it has the event play rough. It used to have the hot stamp tool, but I upgraded it to Zen Headbutt, which is just more powerful. I had Thunder Punch in case of random Talon Flames or something like that. But for Talon Flames, if I expect seeing them, I usually have a Sash on my Rachi. Because I really can't outspeed Talonflame. Oh, wait, what I'm talking about? Yes, I can. It doesn't get the priority to the Flare Blitz. And I can take a Brave Bird. But yeah, I have Thunder Punch for Talonflames. and Drain Punch for steals and rocks and anything I can hit with neutrally with and get some recovery from this. I have fairly standard EV spread. I dropped my attack little bit to have the 84 speed to get past that 255, 256, which is actually quite often seen in lower tiers, so that I outspeed them. And with Scarf, I can outspeed pretty much anything that doesn't have insane speed, obviously. I could just go full on balls and have 252 on attack, but I'm playing it safe. And I really like this spread. Like, this spread is nice for my... that's usually what I run on my Scarfers. Throw in point here and there to optimize the outspeeds. But yeah, fairly standard Prachi. I will be probably switching either Thunder Punch or then Hidebutt to Iron Head, because fairies are so common now. Probably Thunder Punch, even though I like it as a talent flame check, or to hit Rotom Wash. So those are things. But we'll see what I do when I get to my next game. Then my little baby, my Mega Beedrill. Fun fact, I used to run, what's the name of that bug type move that gives you +2 attack if you kill with it? Fell Stinger. I used to have it instead of the Drill Run, but just before the tournament I bailed on it and switched it to Drill Run. I may actually switch it back because I really like the idea of bringing Beedrill in and just Fell Stingering something that's almost dead and getting +2 attack and then sweeping from there. It's really strong, but for my first game I wanted to play it really safe and just go for coverage. It's fairly standard Beedrill set, there's nothing too special in it with it. I have just basic 252 for spread, and you really can't do anything too special with this, don't think. Yeah. I was thinking about running Excisor on this instead of U-turn, but the ability to switch out and do damage, stab and stuff, especially with adaptability the Beedrill gets when it Mega Evolves, it's really nice. I really like it. So yeah, if I want to change something, it's the Drill Run, maybe to the later tournament games. So that's the thing. Yay! And this is my MVP. So, there's a funny story about this Numel. It survived a close combat from an Arcanine, which I will be talking about later. And it's especially defensive. It has Amnesia, it has Rest. I wanted, yeah, the funny story. This is my in-game Numel. Like, this is one of the first Pokemon I caught after getting my starter that became, like, stable in my team. And, well, it's the first Pokemon that became the stable of my team, because I usually dump my starter. But yeah, my last playthrough, this normal was my in-game Pokemon, and I spent like 15 minutes to get a simple to it, because a simple one just didn't want to show up when I was poker raiding for it. It has really bad IVs, like it has super bad defense IVs. It apparently has fairly good HP and special defense IVs, but otherwise it's super bad. And that's why I made it specially defensive. And still, I'm super surprised that it survived a close combat. It's fairly like common set. I really wanted to have a stockpile with this, but I really couldn't breed it to it while in game, because I had to have like mobile with to level like 52 until it learns it, and then I could breed it to it, and I just didn't want to wait that long, so I put amnesia to it, and in game it survived like water pulses from Wallace's Pokémon after like one amnesia. It was awesome. Otherwise, like, it's bad. I'm currently in the progress of creating a proper one with stockpile and decent IVs on stats that actually matter. I can't remember if I had Fire Blast or Flamethrower at this time, but I like using Fire Blast because normal special attack stat isn't the greatest and it's not fully evolved, so I want to squeeze all the power I possibly can, even though it comes with a small accuracy drop compared to Flamethrower. I even thought about running Overheat on this, still may actually do it, but we'll see. I love my normal still. It really surprised me. It's amazing. Then the next one I had was the Spexcurem. I may swap the choice items around in my team a little bit, because even though this guy took down Calm Minding Suicune and took a Hydro Pump from it, it still feels like this will lose to some other either faster Pokemon or stuff like fairies, or I actually may put my special item from my Hoopa to this thing, because I'm really afraid of some steals that I want to check with Kira, and I really want Focus Blast to hit them. So that's a thing. But otherwise, it's nothing special. It's 252, 252 for Modest and stuff. It actually doesn't like me enough, so I could use Draco Meteor in it, which is kind of silly, but that's the thing. I also thought about just replacing Focus Blast and giving it Flash Cannon, which actually may be better thing to do, to check some fairies that are slower than Kyurem, especially if I swap Scarf to this. So I may do that. I think I've seen some Mega Alterias floating around, stuff like that. I do have Earth Power for Lucario, so that's the thing. Even though Lucario probably outspeeds me, can't remember off the top of my head, I should have looked it up. But yeah, I probably can switch the Focus Blast out of out of the way of the Flash Cannon, which probably will help me more. Again, really uh, normal, wheezing, pain split, sludge wave, flamethrower will always. I actually want to get haze on this, but I can't remember if it's like only third generation move which it can learn. So I really hope Weezing learns haze by either tutoring or leveling up, because the calm minds and dragon dances and stuff like that, they are so common. And either haze or clear smog, actually. I forgot that clear smog existed. But yeah, I probably want to switch either calm mind or will always from the way of the FN thing. Clear smog. There we go. I don't even know why would I want haze, because clear smog gets stabbed and stuff like that. Another move I was looking into was the poison type move that doubles its power when enemy is poisoned, but I can't remember what it is, and I don't think Weezing learns it, so instead of it, I'll just go standard sludge wave, flamethrower for coverage. Nothing too special in there. Super command. Full on physically defensive Weezing. It's bold, so I didn't want to go specially defensive. Plus, I have my pseudo special. I actually do not have a special wall, but my team actually can take special attacks fairly well, which is kind of great. Then another surprise. Usually people run, from what I've seen, nasty plot special attacking Hoopa, and I decided to, okay, let's kill fairies with this and make it physical. So yeah, I got the physical Hoopa from giveaway or RGTS or something, I can't remember which one, and it pretty much was ready to go, and I put it on team, and that wide lens saved me. Like, this guy survived from a dazzling gleam on Mega Altaria, and just revenge killed it with gunk shot. It was beautiful. But yeah, if you are thinking about surprising your opponents, Hoopa is actually fairly bulky on special defense side. Like, it has base 130 special defense, which is kind of amazing. I have the one speed point here to outspeed other non-unbound Hoopas that do not have scars. So that's a thing. I think it came to play unless it was a speed tie on the game I had. So yeah, Zen Headbutt for, I think it's stab. I can't remember if, yeah, I think it's Psychic Dog. I still can't remember who was typing. I'm bad. Phantom Force hits hard, goes behind protect, is stab, Drain Punch for recovery, and Gunk Shot for fairies. The White Lens was pretty much just an experiment. I probably could use the zoom lens, because Hoopa is quite slow, but at the moment I do not actually have a zoom lens, because I bought the wrong one. But yeah, Gong Shot hit, and that matters. That's what matters. I'd probably, like, afterwards will run like Life Orb on this, or Expert Belt, just for extra damages now that I've seen what Hoopa can do, because before this tournament I haven't tried Hoopa out in Showdown or anywhere else. So now that I know somewhat what it can take, I can adapt to it. I actually may even drop a little bit of the HP and put some more to the special defense, just in case. So I can make this semi-special wall thing. But yeah, that's my team. There are weaknesses. No dedicated special wall, for example. Way too much physical damage. Like, pretty much Kyurem is my only source of special damage. No real checks to popular threats like Rotom Wash or Lucario or Talonflame. Lots and lots of the things in my team just hoping that an opponent doesn't bring an Pokemon to battle that I just can't deal with. So yeah, that's my team. I made some really questionable sacrifices in my battle. Like, I brought my Weezing in on Hoopa. But I blame that I didn't remember what the type of hyperspace hole was. And it was Psychic. And even then I thought I could survive it, even though Weezing's special defense is really bad. But yeah, also, I was only planning, I didn't want to spoil my game more, so yeah, I just said that I made some really questionable plays. But I managed to turn it around, which I'm happy for. Now let's quickly check my opponent's team. And here as I said, I know fairly little about her team. I do not know her Lucario's ability. It actually may have been justified or something like that. I know only one move of Altaria's. I do not know any EVs or Natures. But she has really solid team. I think I really like her team. Only reason why I know that Jolteon had Vice classes was because my Beetle knocked them off. She has really solid Pokemon that are threats. Like this Mega Altaria could have been really strong, especially if it had like Cotton Guard or was a physical variant with Dragon Dance and Return, stuff like that. I do not know if it carries Hyper Voice. It has Dazzling Gleam, so I don't think so. Or Roost. She didn't Roost at all in our game, so I don't know if it carries it. So I really don't know what the set of this Altaria is. I know it has Cloud9, so that's a thing. It may have had a Heal Bell or something. If you want to confirm or deny how your team was built, you can throw me a tweet later on if you see this video. The Hoopa seemed like the special variant I've seen a lot in like those little snapshot pictures Savage Squad keeps posting. So I think the last move was Nasty Plot, probably. I think that's the whole set. I do not know if this Hoopa had the 4 points in speed, because I was able to outspeed it with my own. So that's the thing. I do not know its item either. It may have been one of the like one type boosting items, because like Jolteon had wise glasses or something. I didn't see leftovers. I didn't see weakness policy. I didn't see there wasn't anything I could have seen. I would have liked to use knockoff with my Beedrill on this to see what item it had, but no can do. The Lucario could have been really scary threat, but unfortunately I was able to burn it on switching and then crit with flamethrower with my wheezing, so I really didn't had no I wasn't able to see what it was able to do, so only move I saw from it was high jump kick, and that actually could have been scary, for example against my Kyurem. So yeah, but seeing high jump kick, I think it was it had like extreme speed and probably great punch actually, something like that. Maybe Iron Head or Rock Slide or Zen Head, but I think Iron Head or Iron Tail are possibilities, or it may have had a setup move, or it may have had been choiced. Those are all possibilities. Yeah, this Lucario could have been a really big threat. I already thought about this Altaria. This Suicune was scary, and it got stuck with my Kyurem, and I just didn't dare to switch out. Like, it came in on my normal and then switched to my Kyurem just to see it start commanding, and at that point I was just thinking, okay, this is the sweep. But it got like 2 commands up, and then Hydro Pump to my Kyurem, and I survived it, which was actually quite amazing. I didn't see leftovers on it, so I do not know its item. I also do not know its rest of its move. It may have had like Air Slash and Ice Beam, like command 3 moves, or it may have had like Best instead, something like that. This Jolteon, I wasn't able to figure out anything about it. I didn't really fear it. I didn't have anything that it threatened too much, but it just switched into my Beedrill, got it, the Wise Glasses knocked out, and then outsped. So I wasn't able to see what this Jolteon was about. It could have been Wish Passer, it could have been just full-on physical attacker. It could have had substitute for all I know. It could have been supporter. That's also, well, no, it has Wise Glasses. I don't think it was a supporter. So I think it was either substitute set, or it just had full-on special attacks. And this Arcanine. My Numel survived the close combat from this. And again, I do not know the item. I wasn't able to figure that out. But this Arcanine did some work. It one hit knocked out my Jirachi because I was a little bit too risky. It almost killed my Numel, but Numel came through and it just revenge killed it. Lucky, it was kind of lucky Flare Blitz did so much recoil to him, so I don't know what would have happened if that wasn't the case. I think I may have been able to, well, I was sure I was able to outspeed it. Oh no, my Jirachi was dead. But I wasn't sure I may have been able to outspeed it with Hoopa or something like that. Maybe, I don't know. I actually do not have a good arcane check. So yeah, this was really scary. And I really liked her team. If there is something I would have changed, Dazzling Gleam or Mega Altaria I think is fairly redundant because it learns the Hyper Voice, which just is 10 power more, and it gets Pixelate, which changes the Hyper Voice to Fairy type move. It gets Stab, and it gets 30% more power. So that's the thing. Then Roost is really important, I think. It's one of the better recovery methods in the game, and could be a thing that changes the outcome of the battle. But I think my Hoopa couldn't have survived from Hyper Voice of an Altaria, of a Mega Altaria. So that's the thing. Cotton Guard, I really like Cotton Guard, even if you do not have any defensive investment. It's really good because +3 defense boost thing. It's amazing. And then like there's Heat Wave, there's Flamethrower, Fire Blast, Ice Beam. It seemed like the Altaria was a special variant, so it really does have fairly good coverage. It has, of course, it has Draco Meteor and Dragon Bulls. It has stuff like that. Of course, I expected to see leftovers on Suicune or Arcanine. Don't know if she has done Battle Mason enough to get them. I don't know. Maybe. Possibly. I think leftovers would have helped Arcanine or Suicune in our battle at least. And I was really afraid that this Lucario would have been a special variant. I'm really afraid of special variant Lucarios. Like Specs Lucario is so scary. Like, it has so good coverage, it has so good typing, and especially when it goes Mega, it gets the adaptability. And like adaptability Focus Blast, if it hits, it hurts badly. It gets Psychic for coverage, it gets Nasty Plot, it gets so many things. Of course, the like non-Mega Lucario is just as scary. Like, it gets close combat, it gets F in extreme speed, it gets like Rock Slide, it gets Zen Headbutt, it gets Iron Head. I think it gets Iron Head. No, it gets Iron Tail. Yeah, that's the thing. Uh, these things are really scary, especially when choiced somehow, some way. It gets justified so you can bait dark type moves. It can bait out some fake outs. Fun fact, Lucario is one Pokemon that has made me afraid of running fake out Pokemon in singles. So that's the thing. That Jolteon, I don't know if it had speed investment. Like, I think it may have just been HP and special attack because my Beedrill was able to outspeed it. I think max speed Jolteon can still outspeed Mega Beedrill. Let's see, 252, 359. And yeah, it outspeeds it easily. So I don't think this Jolteon had speed investment on it, so that's the thing. But still, I don't think it had too much I was afraid of, unless it had like, I don't know, hidden power crowd. But it still can be really powerful with thunderbolts and like it gets hyper voice. It's a special attack, it's normal, so it hits lots of things neutral. It gets shadow ball and it gets single beam. That's about it. Or hidden power ice or fire. I probably actually run fire on this. But yeah, Jolteon can be a threat. It can really be a threat. I really do not know about the Vice Glasses, because there are better items, like you can get free life orbs in auras from Absols if you Pokénap them. So, like for even life orb, it just makes things better. Also, I really like Jolteon for its really powerful volt switches, and it can give you momentum. So that's the thing. So yeah, that's my little look at mine and Sunday Daylight's battle. Here is my team once more. We have been staring at at her team for a while, so I'll just quickly show this through again. And again, the code for the battle video is in the video description if you want to look at it. So yeah, that's the thing. And we'll see you later when I get my hands to the next battle video. Bye bye.